Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Narahitam Sadgurutam Namah Sadgurutam Namah Namah. With this invocation, I would like to say a few words. My humble pranams at the feet of our dear Lord, Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba, our Swami. He will speak through me, he will think through me, and in my humble way, I would like to share my views about this topic. I'm highly grateful to Swami for giving this opportunity to speak before you. And it is a very precious moment for me as well as for all of you, because we are going to speak about Swami, listen to Swami, and understand what's the clean words which he has given us. And let us, this half an hour, let's immerse ourselves in that abundant love of Swami. Let us understand first what Swami means by the word oneness. All of you are very familiar with this word oneness, because Swami has been insisting that we are all one. We are all one. Every time he addresses us, Divyatma Swarupalara. That means Swami says that we are all that small rays of that supreme consciousness, where we are one with that Lord. And the whole universe is pervaded by that Lord. And he is immanent and transcendent. He is very much here as well as beyond. But that immutable self, even though it pervades everywhere, we see only the multiplicity of this universe and understand, oh, where is God? That question arises. But this whole universe is held together by that one self, which is substratum for the whole multiplicity of this world. And he exists in us, in each one of us, as the divine consciousness. And he shines forth, giving bliss to all of us that permeates this universe. Swami often repeats this shloka, Sarvataha Panipadam Tat Sarvatokshi Shiromkham Sarvatha Sutimal Loke Sarvam Avritta Tishtati. Hands, feet, eyes, head, face, everything. He pervades everywhere, and he permeates the entire universe. Swami, again and again, he insists that we should understand this particular aspect of that Bhagavan. And human birth is given to us. It is so precious. Jantu Nam Narajanma Durlabham. Rare it is to find a human birth. Then we are given this beautiful, auspicious birth. What is our real goal in life? That is that we have to find out, try to understand and realize that unity, that oneness. Antarbahishcha yat sarvam vyapya narayana stitaha. So says Narayana Sukta. He is present inside as well as outside. And he is everywhere. He is everywhere in all beings equally. And that divine consciousness which shines forth, giving bliss to all of us. But the problem is, even though all religions preach the same greatness of this spiritual unity, and we are that divine embodiment, but we have not realized it. Why is it so? People ask these questions. Where is the divinity? It's not visible to us. We cannot perceive it. How can we believe that he exists everywhere? So the problem lies in two things. One is that we are unable to perceive that Supreme Lord, that absolute reality, with whatever that finite instruments which we have. It cannot be possible. Yatho vacho nivartante prapya manasasaha. He cannot be reached by words. He cannot be reached with the mind. So when this is the case, how to find out? The second problem, the second point is, we are a combination of that Sat, Chit, Ananda, as well as this body, mind, intellect. This body, mind, intellect, we think is the reality, whereas we are forgetting the real Sat, Chit, Ananda who is present in us. So this body, mind, intellect has conditioned that Satchidananda, and it is not one birth, or several, over the several births we have built that veil, and then that veil is preventing us from looking at that, from understanding that Bhagwan. So often I would like to quote a little bit from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. This is all just to say that Swami Bhagwan exists in everything. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Yagnavalkya Rishi says he wants to leave his Grihasthashrama and he wants to go in search of the immortal truth. His wife Maitreyi asks this question: what is the supreme truth for which you are going away? So Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, Saho vacha na are pratyuh kamaya pati prayo bhavati atmanastu kamasya prati prayo bhavati. So the meaning is, he explains saying that, nothing that which exists in all of us, it is nothing but that which exists in all of us, for whose sake we love others. A husband loves his wife, not because she is his wife, but for his own self. Similarly, a wife loves her husband, not because he is her husband. She loves for her own sake. Even Sri Rudram also says the same thing, because whatever is and whatever was and whatever will be, that's all pervaded by that supreme reality. I would like to say a few verses from Sri Rudram. Namo Girichaya cha Shipivishthaya cha Namo Midustamaya che Shumate cha Namo Vrasvaya cha Vamanaya cha Namo Brahate cha Varshiyase cha Namo Vruddhaya cha Samvrudvane cha Namo Jeshthaya cha Kanishthaya cha Namah Purvajaya cha Parajaya cha Namo Madhyamaya cha Pagalpaya cha Namo Jaganyaya cha Vidhyaya cha Namah Somyaya cha Pratisadyaya cha. It can be translated as prostrations to the resident of the mountains who is present in all beings. Prostrations to one who reigns heavily through the clouds, and the one who is beautiful, and the one ancient one who transcends time, space, and matter. And prostrations to one who is eldest and the youngest, and to the primordial cause and the subsequent effect, and to the eternal youth as well as the infant, and to the one who is in everybody present in vice as well as virtue, and all that is dynamic. So says Shruddha. So it's very clear that Swami wants to convey this oneness to all of us with several examples and several illustrations. The underlying supreme truth is that substratum. We are all droplets of that vast ocean of consciousness. But we think that we are that limited, egocentric, and small personality. But Swami says you are entitled and equipped to experience Sat Chit Ananda. But it is eluding us as we are caught in the turbulence of the worldly stream. So the entire world resides in the self. We must develop that feeling of Ishvara Darshana and Sarvatma Bhava. Unity in diversity, that concept of God should not be restricted to our narrow vision. This narrow loyalty causes friction and conflict. True wisdom lies in the understanding of each other. The whole vast world is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole universe is one family. We all belong to that family. Next slide, please. So we come to the next, this thing, conflict. What are these causes for conflict? Swami very clearly says, in quotes, selfishness is the cause of conflict, unquote. Conflict arises because we think that there is a second person and who is always an opponent and he is going to be competing with us. That is the attitude with which we approach everything. Swami says, quote unquote, the little world is now riddled with conflicting cultures and competing creeds, contesting ambitions, unquote. This is a beautiful way of Swami puts this conflict. We have the conflicting cultures and creeds compete with each other. I am superior and you are inferior. And ambitions of each individual is so high that we always don't get along with others because we think that we are superior to others. Actually, there is no duality as such if we believe that the other person is also the same Atman. Conflict may be due to different perspectives. Maybe sometimes it's clashes of ego, and superiority complex also is one of the reasons, and clash of ideologies. Everyone thinks that he is right and others are all wrong. Mine is the only way and mine is the highway. This adamant attitude brings about differences in people, and at the conflicts arise at the family level, society level, and organizational level also. And it, of course, not to say anything about national levels. Conflicts arise in a family due to different perspectives. Say, for example, in a kitchen, two persons cannot decide about a particular recipe. And the difference of opinion starts from cutting the vegetables. Is it in a straight way or in a round way? So something as minor as that. Say, for example, arranging the cutlery in the cabinet. One person arranges it in a different way and I do it in a different way. So see, such small things also cause conflicts. Not understanding the other person's vision, it can adversely affect relationships, leading to intense arguments and fights and resulting sometimes in complete breakdown of relationship also. We should try to understand others and not think that our view is the only view. Swami says, open communication and acceptance of other people's points of view can help in improving relationships. Conflicts in a society arise due to unequal economic backgrounds or due to different religious ideologies. Having an open mind and respecting people, irrespective of their background, color, or religion, it's very essential. To accept all faiths and have a common univocal message that all gods are one and are as loving and as benevolent as any. Conflicts in organizations happen due to competitiveness and trying to be the one above all. But healthy competition does encourage growth. However, it turns into a conflict when it becomes an obsession. And one feels the need to achieve it, even if it means to do so by doing wrongful acts. Conflicts at national levels occur due to differences in political agenda and ideologies, or due to religious fanaticism. And countries go to war with each other, causing such a loss of human life. And if countries have a healthy development, when they have a truly human approach, and if they care for the citizens of their countries of all castes and creeds, it can help everybody in this world. Swami adds, there must be three essential qualities in a human being. One is mamata, means mutual regard. Samata, equal-mindedness. And shamata, forbearance. These qualities are very important for a person to be able to understand others and to go with that oneness. But these are lacking in all of us. Though we have the same physical form, but there are differences in intellectual ability and differences in the knowledge gained, in the thoughts that shape a human, their likes and dislikes. They are all inherent in us. Distinctions arise because of the peculiarities of each body and its encasement. Swami says, when I came across this quote, I was really wondering, Swami has a very positive approach to this problem. He says, high and low, holy and unholy, religious and irreligious, these opposites are very necessary for the world to evolve. They are designed by the divine will. So let us try to suggest a few suggestions if it can resolve the conflicts. Of course, my suggestion or somebody's interventions may not solve these conflicts forever. Swami says, Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitrim karuna evacha. We should not insult anyone. That means if we insult one, it is insulting God. We should not hate anyone. We should purify our senses, mind, and intellect. And let us sublimate our ego and try to have some self-control over emotions and desires. It may lessen our agitations in the mind. To quote Swami, the ideal should be hands dedicated to hard work, hands dedicated to service, hearts filled with compassion. True wisdom lies in understanding other people and accepting others as they are and showing an unconditional love, seeing the positive in all situations, recognizing the divine in others. These measures can largely solve conflicts, though not completely. Next slide, please. Delusion of saving others. Swami says, if a man is deluded into believing that he is saving others, then woe be to him, for there is no other at all. All are one. One person's sorrow is everyone's sorrow. The fundamental flaw is the ignorance of humanity. If one is wise, one would know that all individuals are waves on the self-same ocean. We are under the false impression, thinking that, when we serve others, we are doing a great service to others. This is wrong. By going to soup kitchens or by going to seniors' homes or walking a senior person with him, these things we think that we are helping others. No, not at all. We are doing it not to please God also, but for our own sake, for our own good feeling. Service done is only to seek our own happiness. We are deluding ourselves if we perform services saying that we are helping others. Not at all. If true service is done without any motive, that is nishkama karma, it's a humbling experience which brings a lot of peace to our minds and harmony. True service and help are the one that is done without any motive. Then it becomes pure seva. When we serve others without an ego, it is the real great service. These opportunities Swami has given to us to bring out the best in us. When our ego comes to play, the whole thing is destroyed. We claim doership and we claim enjoyership. I am the kartru, I am the bhoktru. So these ideas will take us nowhere else but to misery. It causes a lot of misery and we will be going through this cycle of birth and rebirth. Swami has given this mantra, love all and serve all. It's only to teach that we are mere instruments in his hands to carry out his work. It's his will that prevails. In fact, we can cultivate noble virtues like compassion, love, sacrifice. These are very, very noble qualities in a person. We can develop them, and it helps us to in our spiritual onward journey. And it's a way of expanding our small self to the vast outside world, reminding us that we are not that ego, that small limited self, but we belong to that supreme absolute. So I would like to give you one personal example. In Winnipeg, we used to go to soup kitchens to serve the needy. That Narayan Seva helped me to recognize what a great thing to serve Swami in that way. And when I handed over those plates full of food, I would just remember Swami, and then I felt as if I was feeding Swami. I used to go to a blind school when I was in Bengaluru for reading to a physically challenged boy who was appearing for his exams. He was appearing for his Bachelor of Arts degree, and his subject was history. And he had studied it in only his regional language, Kannada, and I had to translate it into English and then try to make him understand what he was studying. But it gave me a lot of good feeling. And when I used to come out of the school, that unique feeling I cannot just explain to you. It was heartfelt and sincere thanks to Swami for giving that opportunity to feel that way. So every act can be transformed into a divine action. For example, singing a bhajan. When I sing a bhajan, it's not only to not only to please others or to help. It is pleasing to myself. I feel that presence of Swami when I sing a bhajan. So next slide, please. Transformation of the self. And it is said that it takes a village to raise a child, to mold a child to be a good person to family as well as to society. To shape the character and personality of a child, 4 important entities are very necessary, as I think. That is mother, father, guru, God. Mata, Pita, Guru, Daiva. They play an important, influential role in our lives. As a child, it brings out the best in the child and excellence in him or her. Swami played these roles in my life. As a mother, he was very loving and affectionate to all of us, and he was a compassionate figure, and he nourished us with a good habits and better understanding of human beings. My experience as Swami as a father is very, very interesting. I have to share this my experience with you all, because Swami was a very strict disciplinarian, and he expected and instilled high standards of discipline in us. When I was only 14 years old, my parents wanted me to get married to a person double my age, that was 28 years old. I did not know anything about marriage or anything. Before proceeding to that place where that person was staying, we went to Parthi and met Swami. Swami was very kind and then listened to all the stories my parents told him about. And then he came and asked me, Amma, Niku Nachinda? He asked me. Nachinda means, did you like it? I did not know anything. Just fell at his feet and said, Swami, I don't know anything about it. But Swami kept quiet at that age, at that time. And then, divine intervention, how it comes, we don't know. My brother, who was working in Hirakud, he came to know about all these things which are going on in our house. And he understood the situation, and he sent us a telegram saying that this marriage is cancelled. So that today, My education, I was only in 9th grade at that time. And Swami helped me in such a way that today I am speaking to you in English and I am able to understand things. That's only because of Swami's grace. That's all I can say. Swami helped me to get my education, full education, and I cannot just be but thankful to Swami. And as Guru, of course, he has shown us the best way how to lead our lives peacefully and usefully. As God, he has shown us his omniscience in all situations. He is always present in me. And then I would like to give one or two experiences which I had when I was very young, only 10 years old. We went to Parthi with my parents, and that was an occasion. Swami took us all to that small hillock. Now it has undergone a lot of change. It used to be very, very wild, and that beautiful way how it used to be for a hillock. And there was no regular path or anything, that we had to climb the hill. Swami, within few minutes, he was right on the top of the hill, and then he asked all of us to go there. All of us, we were climbing. Our parents are quite old, and then, they had to climb slowly. But all of us reached that place. Swami wanted to show us his omniscience in such a way. There is a cave in that hillock. Swami entered into that cave, and there is only one opening for that cave. And we were all standing outside. 5 minutes passed, 10 minutes passed. Swami did not come out of that opening. We were all wondering, where is Swami? Where is Swami? Suddenly, Swami came with a thud on my back, and then, I am here, he said. That was, we were all wondering what Swami can do such things. And he took us to that tamarind tree, Kalpavruksham, what we call. It's a tamarind tree. Those days it was very beautiful, and then it was all green leaves were there. Now I think it has undergone a lot of change, and it has become old also. I am speaking about 1946, 47 at that time, how that tamarind tree was. Swami took out 4 fruits from that tree, and then he bundled it up in his handkerchief, and then he looked at everyone who had gathered there, and he kept that bundle in my lap, saying that, bring it to the temple, to the mandir, give it to Sri Seshagiri Rao. He will cut it, everything, everybody will get prasada. So that was a beautiful experience of mine, and he has shown me that he is very much there in all situations, in all this. And of course, and at that time, at that point of time, we were very small to understand what Swami was. But we just took him for granted at that time, saying that he is, of course, about all of us. But later on, only we realized that how Swami is great avatar. And so in 1950s, not much of crowd was there. So we were the lucky ones to be with Swami. And growing up, he made me look into myself and assess myself and my strengths, my weaknesses. And he reminded me that about my short temper and the negative attitude always I used to have. Swami advised me to have a positive look for everything and not to find fault with others as far as possible. And even in provocative situations, how to control my reactions, Swami taught me. And sometimes, we don't want to do things which we don't like. Situations arise like that. But when I recalled Swami's words, it's not a big deal to do things what we like, but it's great to do things which we do not like. That lesson I learned. And then Swami has been a great source of strength to me. And I'm grateful to him for having kept me all in his fold for all these 8 decades. My family, every member of my family has been blessed so much by Swami that we have that gratitude to Swami. So, and I have not been an exception to disease, death, separation. These are all very common in life. I have also faced the same in my family. But at such challenging situations also, I have accepted his decision and taken it as a prasadam from him. Complete surrender. That's what I have learned from living with Swami and being with Swami. Sai Ram.
Anyone would like to go?
I don't see a hand raise button, but I'm going to ask anyway. This is Sairam, this is Mahati. Sairam Amma, Manigaru, I have a question for you. Being women, what hardships are we going to face in our life that will hamper our spiritual progress once we have children growing up and then grandchildren coming in? So all these events, how can we keep up with our spiritual progress?
According to me, side by side, these things will go on. Our duties towards our children, our grandchildren, everything will go on. That we cannot detach ourselves from. But the relationship with which we are doing any activity, that can be explained in such a way, that less of self-involvement in all these things. Less of self-involvement. Our duties have to be performed. As a woman, we have so many duties to do. We should do that. Along with it, but Divina is every activity. Divina is everything. Sai Samarpan, surrendering ourselves to Swami. And Swami, this I am doing only, I am serving you. I am doing this service to you. With that attitude, if we can approach the problems, I think it will solve our daily activities to a lot. I mean, it will solve problems. Sorry.
Sairam, or the brother Kari, Lubo, yet
Sairam.
My question is, could you recall and share with us the first time when you were in Swami's presence, when you were so young, what that felt like, and just as much as you can share with us what that was like? Thank you.
Sairam. First time when I saw Swami in 1946, I was only 10-year-old, and Swami had come to Bengaluru. He was visiting one of the devotees' places, and we did not know anything about Swami, but somebody told us some guru is coming. So we went out of curiosity, not with any devotion. My parents took me there, and my cousin was also there. And as soon as we went there, Swami came, and then he sat in his place, in his seat. And he just looked at everyone and he said, "Is there anyone who can sing?" My cousin and myself, we were the ones there. We raised our hands, and Swami said, "Okay, go ahead." So we sang a song, which the gist of which was very, very important. Swami understood that because he is there. The Paramatma, Bhagavan is there to take care of all of us. Why should I worry? I have to console my mind, saying that I should not worry about anything. Who is the person who is watering a tree on the top of a hill? Who is the person who painted colors on a bird, a parrot? So this way the song goes. So Swami understood that language in which I sang, and he was very happy, and he called immediately Manimma. That is, how we understand our children. Manimma, he said, come to Parthi, and then sing there also. That's how I met Swami. Sairam.
What song was it? Sorry.
Pardon me?
What song was it?
Yeah. Who is asking?
Sairam is Kanakadara.
Okay, I'll sing that. Tallanisadhiru kanya taadu manave. Tallanisadhiru kanya taadu manave. ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ಸಲಹುವನು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಶಯ ಬೇಡ ತಲ್ಲಣಿಸದಿರು ಕಂಡ್ಯ ತಾಳು ಮನವೇ ಬೆಟ್ಟದ ತುದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿರುವ ವೃಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಕಟ್ಟೆಯನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಟಿ ನೀರೆರೆದರ್ಯಾರೋ ಹುಟ್ಟಿಸಿದ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಹೊಣೆಗಾರನಾದ ಮೇಲೆ ಗಟ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿ ರಕ್ಷಿಪನು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಶಯ ಬೇಡ ತಲ್ಲಣಿಸದಿರು ಕಂಡ್ಯ ತಾಳು ಮನವೇ ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ಸಲಹುವನು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಶಯ ಬೇಡ ತಲ್ಲಣಿಸದಿರು ಕಂಡ್ಯ ತಾಳು ಮನವೇ. ಸರಿ.
Sairam, it's wonderful. You know,
It's in Kannada, so.
Any other questions to sister? Or maybe one more to the Paramam Pavitram sister, if you sing that one for all of us.
Yeah. I'll conclude and then try to.
Yeah.
Shall I conclude now? Okay.
Maybe we will come to the closing remarks and sister, your couple of words about this one as closing remark.
Shall I go ahead?
Yeah, sure.
So through this exercise, I have learned much about myself. I can be still better person, and my strengths and my shortcomings, all of that, I am aware of it much better now. I want to be a better person in Swami's hands to carry out his work. Swami often says, unity, purity, and divinity. Unity is the one that keeps humanity together. This divinity will express itself where there is purity. So let us pray together at his feet and ask his blessings to be a better instruments in his hands. I would quote Swami, religions are many, but their goal is one. Clothes are many, but yarn is one. Jewels are many, but gold is one. Cows are many, but milk is one. Beings are many, but breath is one. Castes are many, but humanity is one. Whomever we come across is an embodiment of divinity. And I would like to express my gratitude to Swami for giving this opportunity to be with you all. And I will cherish this moment, this auspicious moment forever. And I'm highly thankful to Dr. Akshay Kalatia, Zone Chair, and the administration team of the Sri Satyasai Educational Program Committee for giving me this opportunity to share my knowledge and experience at this forum. Thank you, Sairam. I would like to sing that Vibhuti song and then finish. Baba Vibhuti Paramam Vikram Baba Vibhuti Paramam Vichitram Leela Vibhuti Paramartha Vishtartha Moksha Pradatam Baba Vibhutim Idamashraya Paramam Pavitram Baba Vibhutim Paramam Vichitram लीला विभूति परमार्थमिष्टार्थ मोक्ष प्रदातं बाबा विभूतिम् इदमाश्रयामि बाबा विभूतिम् इदमाश्रयामि. जय साईराम.